Hi, this is Brian Traichel. I just want to welcome everybody. This is a great opportunity. I'm here in Los Angeles at the Hollywood Bowl with my friend Dan Caro. I've known Dan for a couple of years now, and we've talked about days like these. So to be back here, backstage, getting ready to go and play with one of the world's greatest guitar heroes ever is just going to be an amazing accomplishment. But I'm not going to steal Dan's thunder. I want to introduce Dan Caro, and he's going to tell us a little about the story. At least ask a few questions about how he got here. So Dan, yeah.
Well, you know, I just got back from a long trip in New Orleans. I was doing some shows down there, and I get back to San Francisco, which is where I've just recently moved to, and Santana calls me basically as soon as I walk through the door. It's very interesting. I have no expectation of an iconic rock legend calling me and invites me immediately to play with him 1 week from that day, or less than 1 week from that date, at the Hollywood Bowl, which is a phenomenal amphitheater out here in Los Angeles. And obviously I accepted, and it was a tremendous honor. He had seen me with Dr. Wayne Dyer on the PBS show Excuses Be Gone, and he and his wife Cindy Blackman, who's a phenomenal drummer and a hero of mine, a very influential player to me. They were both kind of floored by my performance, and they said actually that I played with naked joy, and they wanted to share that with their audience. So it's really an honor and a pleasure to be here, and thank you for coming out, Brian.
It's an honor, Dan, to come up, and like I said, I'll travel as far as need be. I think this is one of the best days for you, and it's great to see you out here on the big stage, literally, especially when it comes to music. I know that you've written the book Gift of Fire. I think we have that somewhere. I'll have to get that in just a minute. But tell us about that. I mean, let's go all the way back from where you started, where you are. Did you ever think you'd get here?
You know, honestly, since I've written the book, The Gift of Fire, my life is sort of unrecognizable every day. You know, it's sort of like a roller coaster ride, and it's not ups and downs as far as bad and good. It's like ups and downs, lefts, right, turns, twists, flips, in terms of I never really know where I'm going to be, and I just allow it to happen. And that's what's great about this now. On this type of journey, doing events with Dr. Wayne Dyer and doing my own personal work for corporations and seminars, public schools, whatever it is, I never know where I'm going to be, and I never know who's in the audience, who's going to be inspired, who's watching PBS, like Carlos Santana. So being here in the Hollywood Bowl is, honestly, it's a phenomenal experience. I'm very much looking forward to it tonight. But I've never expected to be here just because I just allowed, and I never closed that door or tried to force it open. I just kind of allowed that to open itself. And here I am. And it's great. And normally on the first of every month I do my fireplace, and unfortunately I can't do the fireplace this month because I'm backstage at the Hollywood Bowl. And honestly, I'm a little too excited to do the fireplace. So
hey, I know. Well, it's gonna be a hot one out there for sure. So we'll definitely have a chat, and I'm sure we can do some little bit after this as well for the people that do tune in for the fireside chat.
Sure.
It's kind of an impromptu as well, but I just think it's amazing. You get like a kid, a chance to see such a great legend like Carlos Santana, and not only just see him up close, but to play with him.
It's phenomenal. In the Hollywood Bowl. I mean, all of it, not to mention two drummers that have been majorly influential in my life, Cindy Blackman and his more permanent drummer, Dennis Chambers, who's been a phenomenal influence on me. Killing player, taught me a lot about groove and moving around the drums with ease. And I'm playing side by side with him tonight. And it's just ridiculous. Not to mention all of his musicians in the band are killing, and I can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, well, I've seen you play in Chicago, and I know you brought the house down there. And when I saw you go up on stage, everyone in the crowd was like, "Who is this guy? Who is he coming?" But I got to ask, how do you prepare for this? And this is a pretty, I'm sure every time you go out and play an event, there's a preparation process. Or do you have any things that you share with people, or kind of get yourself mentally prepared to do this, or is it kind of the same philosophy? You just go out there and you just let it happen? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, generally, gig time, pre-gig ritual, if you want to call it a ritual.
Right.
Basically, I try to mellow my energy, because it's exciting to be in this position. You're about to take the stage for, I'm not even sure the capacity of the Hollywood Bowl, but I looked outside from the stage and it's nice.
Yeah.
And it's just a phenomenal energy, and rather than to be completely overwhelmed by that, I try to reground myself and center myself through meditations.
Right. Okay.